Hello. Welcome to the Maker Studio Facebook page. I'm Cheryl. I create over on the Home Making Facebook page, but I am here today to show you this fabulous stencil. This is another big stencil. Let me show it to you. Oh my goodness. Here it is. Look how big this stencil is. So the name of this stencil is Let's Talk Christmas. There's a lot going on here. Check out all the fonts, the different fonts of the words, and then a little bit of detail down here. If you could look, we got some dots and we got some slashes. We got all different kinds of little embellishments over here. Snowflake. I love these simple trees. They give a really like boho vibe. So there's a lot going on here. So sometimes you might get overwhelmed with a stencil like this, but don't, because you can break this down so much and not use the whole wording and everything. And I want to show you a couple of quick projects because it is the holiday time and because we're always going and doing. I always like to incorporate a gift if I'm bringing something. So let me show you what we can do with this stencil. Again, if you are hopping on, don't forget to tag 3 friends and share this video, and you could be in the drawing for this particular stencil, the Let's Talk Christmas. This stencil is an 18 by 24 inch stencil. It's huge. It's huge. I couldn't even put anything else on my desk. Okay, so let me pull it out of its sleeve. Again, save the sleeve and save the little cardboard thing that's in here because that'll stabilize the stencil, and you could put them all back in there, and then you can keep reusing them. Because if you are new to the Maker Studio stencils, they are tri-mesh, they are adhesive, and they are reusable. So let me take a couple of, let me take a look at this and figure out what I want to use. So again, you don't have to use the whole stencil the way it is. Like for instance, this says Joy to the World. Now I am going to cut out the whole piece that way, but I'm not going to use the whole stencil. And I'm going to keep it in its entirety just in case moving forward, if I wanted to use the whole thing, I have the spacing right. But I'm not even going to use the whole thing. Next thing I'm going to cut out is the Santa's cookies. Same thing. I'm going to cut out the whole thing, but I'm not going to use the whole thing. So that's the joy in these stencils, is you can mix and match and use part of it, use all of it, use a bunch of different ones. So again, let me show you how we don't even have to use the whole entire stencil. So I'm just going to take these 2 off. Still got many more stencils and projects waiting for the rest of this stencil. So let me put that to the side. Now, like I said, when I go somewhere, I like to bring something. Usually it's something to eat. So what better way to bring a hostess gift with something to eat than bring what you're bringing in the hostess gift? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a platter. Now you can get these at Home Goods. You could get them at TJ Maxx. You could get them in some antique malls. So these are ceramic. So when you're doing anything on ceramic, Maker Studio has a product called ceramic paint. And it's a no-bake ceramic paint. You just have to let it cure. And I like to let it cure for about 24 hours, which means applying it and don't do anything with it. Just let it sit. And usually we suggest all the time everything is hand wash after that. So this is such a pretty, I did get this at Home Goods. So this was only like $7.99. Isn't it pretty? Look at the detail. So let's just kick it up a notch, because what I'm going to do is, now I could use both of these words on here, the Santa's cookies. I could put one on top of the other like this and then like this. But what I'm going to do is, not every place I go always has kids. So I'm just going to use the word cookies. Now, when I use the word cookies, the reason why I'm doing that is because I'll be putting cookies in here. Just going to try to, let's see, center that a little bit. So imagine putting your homemade cookies in this dish, and then the dish becomes the hostess gift. Isn't that fabulous? Isn't that fabulous? And they're going to think you bought it, but you're going to tell them you didn't. You're going to tell them you made it with the ceramic paint. So I'm only going to use the cookies. Now, like I said, I kept that together just in case I want to use it on another project, the spacing and everything, but you can cut it right there and use it this way. Now, if you are just hopping on, I am Cheryl from Home My Making. I'm here on the Maker Studio Facebook page today to show you some quick projects. Now, again, the holidays are coming, so go grab some ceramic paint, and ceramic dishes, ceramic platters, and some ceramic paint, and make your own hostess gifts. So, what we're going to do is we are going to use the ceramic paint. Now, like I said before, this is a no-bake ceramic paint, so you don't have to put it in the oven, but you do have to hand wash things after you put the ceramic paint on your project. So I'm going to use the color Tally Ho, which is the red. We have these artist brushes. Now, they have a kind of a wobbly tip. So what I like to do is take the tip off so it's more dense and I can push the product. Ceramic paint is thicker than the gel art ink, thicker than the chalk art. So I like to have it where I can push it with a little bit more pressure. So if you don't have an artist brush, just get something with a little bit more denser bristle. So I'm going to apply. Now, like I said, it is a thicker consistency, so I'm just going to push it through the stencil, making sure I cover all the words and all the detail. And like I said, what I like to do is let this set up for like 24 hours, which means don't touch it and don't use it, and let it cure in the air. And then after that, you can hand wash, and you can then put your cookies on it and wrap it and bring it to your destination. So wouldn't that make a fabulous little gift? Again, if you're going somewhere that has kids, maybe you do want to put the Santa's cookies on there. This way they have something for their Christmas Eve to put some cookies on for Santa. A little bit more. Like I said, this is a little bit thicker consistency than our other products. So when you remove this, I do encourage you to go right away and run it under water, and you're going to have to manipulate it with your hand because it doesn't come off the stencil like the other products that we have. So I'm going to pull it off, and there you go. So I do have a water bath here, and like I said, sometimes you need to manipulate it just a little bit more than you would the other products because it's a thick consistency. Now I put it in the water here because I am on a live and I don't want to get up and leave and go run it under the water, but that's what you would want to do right away. Now look at how sweet that is, and look at how quick that was. Wouldn't this make a fabulous hostess gift? Again, you could have put Santa's cookies on it. You can make it for yourself if you have kids, but if you're just going to take it to somebody that doesn't have kids, the word cookie just works well. So again, big stencil, a lot going on, but you don't have to use it in its entirety. Now, I have another plate here. Now, this particular plate is from the Dollar Tree. It's red. So that works out perfectly fine for this next project. So you could also use this as a hostess gift. So what I'm going to do is, remember I took the whole part of joy to the world. Now, obviously that will not fit on here, but I'm just going to use the word joy. Again, I did keep it in its entirety because if I ever want to go ahead and use it later on in another project, I like the spacing still being left there, but I am only going to use the word joy on this project. Again, take it off its backing, and since it's adhesive, just pretty much center it in the center of the plate. I think I hit it right away. So again, I'm not going to use this other part. I'm just going to use the word joy. And that's what I wanted to show you. Think of how many projects just this one stencil would give you. Just even this part. I'm only using one word. So there's a lot more going on that stencil. So now what I'm going to do is I am actually going to take another brush that I had cut the tip off, and I'm going to use the white ceramic paint called Angel Wings. Because this is a red plate, the white's going to make it pop. Now again, this is a simple, easy project that you could use to put your cookies in and give to somebody else. Or you could use it in your own home when you entertain. So imagine making a couple of these and, you know, maybe even putting a little ribbon around them and giving them as a gift. I don't want it to squirt all over. That's why I'm doing that. So I'm going to put a little bit of the white on the brush, and then I'm going to pat it through the stencil. So again, simple and easy. Now I use the white because I have the red plate and it's definitely gonna pop. So I'm just making sure I hit all the stencil so that the white ceramic paint gets through it. And like I said, this is a no-bake product, so you don't have to bake it. I would just let it cure for 24 hours before I even attempted to use it. And then from there on in, I would hand wash it. So simple and easy. I'm not even using the whole part of the stencil. So you have so many projects just with this one stencil. So I am going to peel it up. And again, that's the best part, is the fact that it leaves the detail there. Now, let me show you what I'm going to do. This particular stencil has, this particular plate has these little dots here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this white ceramic paint, and on top of each one of these dots, I'm just going to dot a little bit of the white ceramic paint. Just a little bit to give it detail all the way around. And it has 2 rows of it. So if you wanted to add the ceramic paint on both rows, you can do that. But it's definitely going to give it a little bit more detail. And of course, it's got raised, little raised, for lack of a better word, nubs on here. So I know exactly where to put the paint. And again, like I said, it's just going to give it a little bit of detail. You could do this without even having the raised. You can just take a flat plate and do it and add the detail like that. So simple and easy. Again, I'm just going to go around real quick, putting little markings on top of the little nodules that they have on this particular plate that stands out. And they have it around here too. So just going to add just a little bit of detail. Again, the Dollar Tree has the red plates. They have red mugs if you're lucky enough to get them there too. So this time of year, this red plate really shines because you just put some white chalk art, white ceramic paint on there, and you got yourself a hostess gift. So there you go. Simple and easy, right? Simple and easy. Just that little detail gives it a little bit more oomph from a Dollar Tree plate. So sweet, sweet. So again, you have the cookie tray, and then you have the little joy plate. You can also use that as a cookie plate and bring it as a hostess gift or use it for yourself in your entertaining as we move forward in the holiday season. So simple and easy. Ceramic paint's really fun. It does work on ceramic and glass, so you could use this on clear glass also. Just remember to hand wash it after you do it. Let it cure for at least 24 hours. In other words, don't put your cookies on it right after you do it. So let it set up and cure in the air. And then after that, hand wash it. And always inform your hostess that when you give it to them to hand wash it also. So thank you guys for joining me. Simple, easy project. That was a big stencil. Just used part of it. So just so you know, you can break it up so you could have a lot of projects from that one stencil. So if you're just hopping on, I'm Cheryl from Home of My Making. That's where I create over on the Facebook page. And don't forget to tag 3 friends and spread this video so that you can be in the giveaway for that humongous stencil. And again, we have a whole bunch of it that I didn't use, and even of the other part of the stencils that I cut that I didn't use. So there's endless possibilities with what you could do with this stencil. So there you go. Isn't that sweet? So somebody's gonna get this. Shh, don't tell them. So you guys go ahead, have a fabulous holiday, upcoming holiday season, and I'm sure I'll be back here on this page to show you some more of the products. So thank you guys, and have a great day.